There we go. She needs a bath. Good morning, YouTube friends. Happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday, but it's my Monday. We're off to work. I hope everybody had a safe and happy 4th of July weekend, and that you've also got all your fingers and toes and eyes and everything else. We had a good 4th of July. We set off a couple little fireworks and enjoyed the show from the front yard of all the stuff all our neighbors were setting off. There were a ton of fires because a lot of people set off fireworks that are not legal and set things on fire. It's really dry here. It's always really dry here, but it's been an exceptionally dry summer so far. And there's a lot of fires this year. Not as bad as some years in the past, but still not good. So all of that is going on. And again, I want to say a big thank you to all the firefighters out there fighting all the wildfires. Oh, what else is going on? We were off Saturday, which was nice. So I actually had a whole 3-day weekend and got 2 of those days with Mrs. Wolf. The FC250 is a little dirt bike engine that has been apart forever. I finally put that back together Thursday and Friday and got it back in the bike Friday afternoon, but I've still got a lot more to do before it'll run again. It's just bolted into the frame. Nothing's hooked up. The rest of the bike all still needs to be put back together. So maybe that'll happen today, maybe it won't. Depends on what all else I got going on. I know I'm gonna have to do some things with a Buell here shortly. We did acquire some tech data for that. So I'm gonna have to tear into that, and the guy just wants me to open up some engine cases and torque some things just because he's been in the forums and feels like he wants them retorqued. And again, I've talked about this Buell in the past. It's a rare bike. There's not many out there. Not many were made, and there's not many left. So if it was me, I would park it in the corner of my living room and keep the dust wiped off with a microfiber towel and not ride it. But that's just me. This guy rides it, so it's his bike. He can do what he wants. But they're really hard to get parts for, and they're a pretty rare bike, and if it breaks, that's it. So there's that coming up at some point that needs to be done. No word on that stupid KTM, which is still all apart on my bench, that I don't want to put back together. I don't want anything to do with that piece of shit. But if he wants it fix and put back together. That's what I'll do. Oh, just trying to think what else is going on. Mrs. Wolf and I purchased a new bed. I think that house was on fire. We ordered a new bed last night. She had ordered a new headboard a while ago from Amazon, and it showed up in a tiny little box, and I knew it was not going to be anything good. And I opened it up and looked inside and wasn't the least bit surprised at the horrors I found inside. I guess let's back up. Our bed is quite nice. It's a bed she's had for a long time. It's all real wood, and it's got a big tall sleigh bed type headboard. There's 3 panels on it that are like padded with like fake leather upholstery on top, and the outer layer of the fake leather is kind of wearing off, and you can see the fabric underneath, and she's not happy about that, and she wanted a bookshelf type headboard, so she ordered one from Amazon, and it was $150, so that should tell you pretty much everything. Amazon and $150 for a headboard for a king-size bed. And yes, it was just cheap shitty fiberboard, and it just sort of disintegrated in the process of trying to put it together. So we took it apart. I like seriously put 4 or 5 boards together and then immediately took it back apart, boxed it back up and returned it, because it's just like disintegrating. And she's fighting with Amazon and the third-party seller from Amazon about the return right now, but we went and looked at real beds, and we ended up ordering one last night. And it's wild because you would think that would take a week or 2, 3 weeks tops. It's going to be middle of September before the headboard shows up. But it's all real wood, bookshelf type headboard, drawers in the sides of the bed frame under the bed. So it'll be nice. So we're looking forward to that. Hopefully that'll get her calmed down for a little while on interior things for the house, because I need to make some repairs to the outside of the house. The T111 siding, the entire back side of the garage needs to be replaced, and about 4 sheets on the back of the house need to be replaced because of the fucking sprinkler system. We have a sprinkler system because we have to, because it's so dry here, like I had mentioned earlier. and the sprinkler system is on a separate water system from the house water. It is on, specifically irrigation water that is provided by the city, and whether we use it or not, we have to pay for it. Like, we're billed annually for that, and they turn it off in the fall and they turn it back on in the spring, and even if you're not hooked up, you're paying. So we use it. And if we didn't use it, we would have no lawn. It would all be just totally dead because it's so dry here. So if you have sprinkler system, you know what I'm talking about. Sprinklers break, sprinklers do what they want to do and point in the wrong place and spray onto the house instead of the yard, and things happen, and it's a pain in the ass, and you constantly have to mess with them. And over time they've done a lot of damage to the siding on the back of the house and the back side of the garage, because it's a manufactured home and it's T111 siding, and yeah. So need to do a bunch of work on the house and replace a bunch of siding and a bunch of siding on the garage. And a bunch of fascia on the house and some trim panels. And so at some point we're gonna have to spend a buttload of money on that shit and then repaint the house and the garage. So hopefully the bed calms her down for a while so we can save up and fix the damn house. I ain't no carpenter, so I'm probably going to end up paying somebody to do at least some of it. Especially since with my knees I can't be up and down a ladder all day either. Not to mention the fact that I don't have any carpentry tools because I'm not a carpenter. I have one carpentry. Well, I've got a framing hammer and just a regular little hammer and a skill saw with a dull blade. That's the extent of the carpentry tools that I have. So I probably could do what I need to do, but somebody that knows what they're doing would do a lot better job than me. But anyway, here we are. Hope you all have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video.